welcome to another episode of Marriage Matters with PB&J. I'm Latalia Posey.
I'm Jeffrey Posey.
I'm MeKael Black.
And I'm Dorian Black.
I'm Angela Johnson.
And I'm Robert Johnson.
And as usual, we are excited about today's episode. I don't know if you all know it, but we don't typically discuss episodes to our listening audience. We don't typically share what we're going to discuss, even with each other. So what you hear is real and in real time most of the time.
Yep.
So today, gang.
What are we talking about, baby? Because I don't have a clue.
We're talking about being on one accord.
Not about fighting.
Nothing to do with podcast.
So, that's part of it right there. But we're going to talk about the need to be on one accord. We may start with that first. I want to ask you guys some things that you wish. Like, what do you wish people would have told you prior to getting married about these certain things?
Okay.
So since we started with that, we'll talk about the need to be on one accord. I will share real briefly. Then I know when we got married, I felt like that was a huge struggle with us. Jeff is extremely independent, and I was the opposite of, I just want to do everything together. So we were on opposite ends of the spectrum, probably just, he wasn't even independent like space, and I wasn't as far as physical space, but I wanted to have goals together. Like I wanted to have, like we talked about strategies together. I wanted to budget together. He was like, I don't want to do a budget. I don't want to talk about goals. I don't want to talk about the strategy. I got in my mind what I want to do, and that's what I want to do. I can remember even to the point where I remember sharing with him, and I brought this up recently because it was on my mind, but sharing with him, someone had shared a prophecy with me. When I shared it with Jeff, he was like, well, let somebody come tell me. When if they just tell you. He was like,
Jeff said it don't really count.
He said if they tell me, it's easy to believe, but if somebody tells you a prophecy for us, I don't believe it. If it's you, it's got to be through me.
Well, at least need to hear it. They brought it up.
That's not what you said. I just remember saying it. He was like, they didn't come to me directly. He said, if somebody tell me, it's easy to believe, but if they tell you, it's not. So for me, being a wife that really wanted to be like, stop, I can't make this stuff up. Stop it.
We trying to process. We're like, okay, Jeff. Okay.
But me being a wife, at first I'm just thinking, well, do we need to be like in service together and stuff? But he was like, it's hard when you have a vision. Like, if I have the vision, then that's one thing. Angela, you got to stop. He was like, if I have the vision, then that's one thing. But if you have it, it's not. So for me being a wife, I just wanted to be on the same accord. I'm like, well, you can start, but let's just get on the same page about something. So that being said, I want to ask you guys, what do you wish? I wish somebody would have told me, when you get married, your husband is not automatically going to want to be on the same page. He's not going to want to sit down and, talk about the goals of your marriage or the strategies. And even a couple of decades in, he still ain't going to want to talk about having a budget together or what's our goal or our strategy. I wish someone would have prepared me for that because I just assumed.
Now keep the tension down.
I just assumed, that we'd have, sit down and discuss budgets and stuff like that. So, for you guys, what do you wish someone would have told you about being on the same accord?
That.
I wish somebody had told me that sometimes you just not gonna be on the same accord.
Elaborate.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we're two different people. We approach things differently sometimes, and it doesn't mean that we don't love each other. I don't think.
You don't think?
Well, it doesn't mean that I don't love you because I approach or look at something differently. But when you're in that little romantic, somebody said recently, cupcake phase. I love you, you love me. We're best friends. Like friends can be. Everything is smooth sailing. And if I want shrimp, you want shrimp. If I want steak, you want steak. But after a while, you want what you want and I want what I want. And sometimes it's okay if we are not in agreement about every single thing. As long as we can communicate and still respect each other, and most importantly, we're still able to move forward. It's okay if we're not in agreement about everything. But gosh, I just thought that he should go along with everything I thought. If it was going well for me previously, prior to marriage, then why can't he just jump on board and then we just keep doing it the same way?
So let me ask you this to clear it up for couples. Now, the small things, do you feel the same way about the big things? Because, you may have people who think, like you said, I know you were joking about the food and this, that, they may think that, but what about the big issues?
Right, even the big issues, some big things we're not on the same page about. And like in the previous episode, we were just saying when there are big things, such as maybe career choices, decisions that I may make personally, like pursuing another degree that will affect the whole family, the whole budget, all that good stuff. Now, those things you can't, it's more beneficial if you just don't jump out there when you're not in agreement. Maybe table it, pray about it. If the Lord has revealed something to you about a direction we should go, then give me a minute. I'm pretty sure that if I pray to God about it, that He's going to reveal. I don't think He's going to reveal two different things to us as husband and wife. So just the big things you need to pause and pray until you both have a peace about how to proceed. But it's okay if you're not in agreement about every single thing.
Okay.
But I thought we would be,
Okay. Blacks, what about you guys?
Oh no.
For me, I'm the same way. I thought that we would agree on more decisions than we did. Initially, I thought I would get a lot of yeses, like to all my bright ideas, and I thought I would get more yeses. So I guess I would have loved for someone to tell me, hey, be prepared for you guys not agreeing on everything, and how to handle that situation when you don't agree. Don't take it as offense. Don't like it's a slight at you. It's just that he sees it differently, and he may see something that I'm not necessarily seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Anybody else before we move on to the next one? Jeff, Pastor J, Dorian?
Well, I think I wish somebody would have told me about the communication styles, like different. Because MeKael communicate totally different than I communicate, and we've had some clashes just because I didn't understand what she was trying to say, and maybe I came out a little bit too direct, but I wish somebody would have kind of forewarned me about, hey, you got to understand how she communicates. She's not going to communicate like you, so you got to understand how she communicates, and don't think she mean one thing when she don't mean it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
I wish somebody would have told me that wives are just not going to trust your leadership like that. I mean, I think I was naive. I think they say, like you signed up. In my brain, I'm telling my 20-something-year-old brain that I'm with you. I got this. And in the moment, you like, I got something to say about that. I don't think we should do that. I did not interpret it like good feedback. I didn't interpret it like, I interpret it like, you just don't trust me. You're just not with me.
Yeah.
It went that way, and of course I had to deal with that. But my point is, I wish somebody would have had that conversation. That it doesn't mean that she wants to leave the table, and that and it doesn't mean that she is trying to assess a different value on the whole relationship because she wants to share her insight. But I was taking it real personal that you just don't trust my decision.
Right.
Yeah.
I wish someone would have told me that it's a chance that your decision can be questioned, and you have to have an explanation for it.
Yeah.
Instead of just, I want to make a decision, and the repercussions of that decision will be fine. I guess so. I think that would be the deal with that. That somebody, I wish somebody would have told me that. Hey, every decision may be not questioned, but
You may have to explain.
explain.
Right.
Right. Okay. All right. Next question. What is the necessity of having a thriving, or how, I guess, important is having a thriving, growing relationship with God for yourself and knowing who you are in Him? What do you wish somebody would have told you about that? When I think about, Pastor Jay, what you were saying about, what you needed, and you had to work it out yourself. Kel, you shared, before about rejection and stuff. Like we've talked before about how we all bring some things in.
Yeah.
And if we're not careful and if we're not confident in who we are, then we can need so much from our spouse that they're not made to give. And then kind of what we talked about before, on top of that, if we're hardwired to believe that we're hardwired by God in certain areas that we're not, it just kind of does that. So, what do you wish someone would have told you about your need to know who you are in Him and to stay connected so you can continue to grow in Him?
Yeah. I think I wish someone had driven home the importance of knowing that my fulfillment ultimately is in my relationship with Christ.
Yeah.
And a marriage doesn't complete your maturity in Christ. It doesn't give you the fulfillment that sometimes you think will be accomplished by having a partner, because that caused me to have unrealistic expectations of Robert. And Robert's not God. He's human. He fails sometimes. He falls short. He misunderstands. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I mean, he shows his human imperfections
Right.
in marriage. So if I put all of my fulfillment in Robert responding to me a certain way, or even receiving me a certain way, then I pretty much set myself up for failure.
Right.
So I just wish someone had driven home the point. Look, the voids you have, the disappointments that you have, your ultimate need for fulfillment can only be met through Christ and you growing in Him, not by getting married.
Okay. That's great. Anybody else with that?
I agree with what she said. You just gotta be complete in Christ. You got to know who you are in Christ. You can say, I'm a child of God, I'm the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, but you gotta have that relationship and a revelation of who you really are in Christ. And if you don't, then there may be some identity issues that arise that you expect from your spouse that he can't meet.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And I think the biggest, one of the big indicators for me, I believe, was sometimes when you would share your take on a matter, or you would challenge my perception or whatever, just taking it personally and not being confident enough in who I was in Christ. Hey, it's okay if you feel this way and it's challenged, or if you feel this way and he just flat out doesn't like it. Just being confident in who you are. Well, at least I expressed how I felt. At least I shared what I thought. Even if it was wrong, I'm still okay with who I am. Like, I don't take it personally every single time, I'm challenged, because I'm challenged often. We don't see eye to eye on every single thing. So taking it personally all the time is just, to me was a sign that, hey, you need to grow up. This is not an opportunity to win an argument or to prove a point. Just accept it and move on.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you guys wish someone would have told you about the need to die to yourself in marriage and to put your spouse's needs first.
I wish somebody would told me that that's very important, and it's gonna save you a lot of fussing and a lot. Yeah. I wish somebody would told me that because you know, you can be a little selfish, and your feelings and things you want to do usurp your spouse's. Yeah, I wish somebody would told me because it would save me a lot of headache. Yeah.
Anybody else on that one?
I wish somebody would have told me, Jeff, that don't trust what I'm gonna say this loosely. Don't trust my good flesh. And what I mean by that is we know that the flesh is not good. But there are things that are obviously bad about the flesh. Then there are things that come from the flesh that are not so obviously bad. And my trust in that, and try to work in my marriage, in the flesh, but off of better attributes of that flesh. If somebody would have told me a difference about that versus just dying to the flesh and having no confidence in it at all. Paul tried to tell me, but Paul, I just needed you to tell me. I need some revelation. Paul said, well, you gotta get before Jesus and get in the flesh. Or to get somebody else. But I just needed to know that you know, because I could do something in the flesh that is socially acceptable. I could try to be good natured. Doesn't mean I'm in the spirit.
Right.
So I had to not substitute the good quote aspect of the flesh or tolerated aspects of the flesh in place of the operating the spirit of God. You know.
I wish someone would have told me that it's a lot easier said than done. When you go to marriage counseling or you hear people speak on it, they say you must die to self, put her first, and love covers a multitude of sin and things of that nature. And it's easier to say that. But when it comes down to it, when you have to do that, when you are upset with a person, or when you feel slighted from the person, or whatever, and you still have to put her first and walk in the spirit and that it's easier said than done.
It says a lot about whether that you allow the Spirit of God on a daily basis to do transforming work in you, so that your real nature and constitution is the life, character, and the love of Christ being produced in you, rather than my own selfish ambitions and my desires.
Right.
That marriage is going to constantly grow you.
You don't want to be married. You don't want to grow. Don't get married.
Don't get married.
Exactly.
That's good.
And if you want to continue to live I'm not going to even say selfish life, but if you want to continue to live a life that's centered around you, you know, your pursuits, your goals, what satisfies you, then it's going to be very difficult to have a successful marriage.
True.
Because you've got another person right beside you who has needs, they have expectations, they have goals, and all these things are outside of you, but you're going to be challenged to put them first. So if you are generally a person who is focused on you, it's going to be very hard to be in a marriage and please your spouse. You can be in the marriage, but
and if you
don't know if your spouse is going to be.
And you're a person who can't handle constructive criticism, as well, that marriage may not be for you either.
But I think you have to grow into that.
You do.
Because you gotta grow to really let him or her in. Even if you thought they were in, there are places that you're reserved because you were like, if I give up this space, I could really be hurt. If I let them in this far.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, and they say no. Or they abuse me. Or they neglect me or whatever, then it's gonna hurt me. It's gonna be harder to come back from that.
Right.
So I could just leave a little bit of protection up, and you have to learn to keep dying.
Yeah.
That's a real good one, and that kind of goes into my next question. What do you guys wish someone would have told you about intimacy in marriage? Not physical intimacy, but what true intimacy looks like.
Me being willing to be known by you and knowing you. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think like Jeff said, it's easier said than done. I think so many things sound good in theory. Like, I want to know you. I want to know everything about you. But are you like really willing to put in work to get to know that person? You know, like to really study them, you know, and to know who they are, and then to be vulnerable enough to let them know who you are. Like that's something.
Yeah.
It is. That is a whole lot easier said than done.
Right, and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to get past us already feeling like we know each other. You know, we went to school together.
Right.
We did such and such together. We have 4 kids together. I know you, girl, but I'm like, well, sometimes I don't even know me. So I'm glad that you feel so confident, but continue to put the work in to get to know me as I'm changing, because I know I'm different. You know, some things I value when we first got married, they were so important to me, and now they're pretty low on my priority list. So,
you know, Angela, you literally could pick up your phone, scroll through social media, you could read something that educates you on something, and you just change that fast. Because now if you accepted that in, and you start to adapt to it, you start to, you start to, the word I want to use is, you start to accommodate. Your life starts making accommodations for what you just learned. Now, I'm going to have to learn you over.
right.
Because that is going to make something else. It's like putting in a new piece to the puzzle.
Right.
And so these pieces keep coming in from all of these influences. And if you don't cast all of these influences down, and you start taking some of it in, then I'm gonna have to keep relearning you all the time, because you know you're not the same as you were yesterday. You're not the same as you were last week. And I think we substitute, just because we partnering and familiarity, we substitute that for knowing each other.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, we're working on this and we work on that together. We're gonna, but I done lost being into you
Right.
and being known by you.
Yeah. That's real good. Marriage is not for the lazy. If you're not married and you like emotionally or mentally lazy, then you probably need to wait.
Have you ever had a moment where
You need it.
you said you need your what?
Wait.
Okay, that's good. They that wait on the Lord. They that wait. You better wait.
Yeah.
So you better get your strength renewed. But then while you wait, you gotta wait healthy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Doing a bunch of foolery and then want to get married
Right.
to try to clear up the foolery or not be guilty of sin. That ain't going. That ain't
Look, I can say when we first got married, like you were talking about the changes, MeKael definitely has changed. So we used to eat whatever we wanted to eat.
Yeah.
Now I don't even know what real flour tastes like. I don't even know what whole milk and all that tastes like that.
They don't even make that milk no more, do they?
Oat milk, coconut milk. But I've learned to adjust, to learn her. Look, one day we were eating and she asked for some chicken. I said, "Girl, you eat chicken?"
I'm so proud of you eating chicken.
It probably had to be certain specifications.
Y'all wrong.
Never had for bottom.
Hey, it's got to. Chicken probably had to come up out the woods back there. It's not gonna be on a farm nowhere.
She raised him. That's why y'all both look 18 though. All this and the way y'all do stuff. It is.
Yeah, I had to make some adjustments, some serious adjustments.
Well, I wish someone would have told me that children can affect intimacy, and not just physical intimacy, but like just spending that time,
Having
that
energy
quality.
and time.
Yeah. So that's still an adjustment for us, even with our kids being older. Just spending that quality time.
Y'all needed 1 or 2 more children, and they all would have worked with each other. You have more time.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Look, I wish somebody would have told me that I wasn't gonna have no cover at night.
Sorry.
I would.
Go ahead and tell the truth, my brother.
I'm like, girl, you pulling the cover? Can I please have a little bit?
Well, at least she's not selfish. She's just making sure that she's protected for the next day so she can serve you.
That is hilarious. That is
How
so
much of this
funny.
cover do you
Maybe
need?
it's her way to tell you to slide
Slide
on.
She's
on
trying
Yeah.
to tell you to come
Yeah.
close.
I'm trying to be
Yeah.
intimate.
Right.
It is.
I've never thought about it like that.
All right, y'all, we have a couple more. Then
Okay.
we'll just go with freestyle if you have time at the end. Okay. What do you wish someone would have told you about the need to be emotionally intelligent in marriage?
That's great. Oh my
I
gosh.
wish somebody would have told me that you can't share your soul with your soulmate if you can't talk about what's in your soul.
That's good.
Real good.
So that's how powerful emotional intelligence is.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really good.
Right. Otherwise, you spend your time talking about why are you mad at me? And I'm not really mad. I'm more disappointed. Or I'm more frustrated, or whatever the right emotion is. If you're not emotionally intelligent, you got one, 2, or 3 that comes up every single time, and that's
We call
what
it
you're
happy,
talking
sad,
about.
mad, glad.
Right. That's
Everything
all
falls
you know.
under them categories.
Right. That's all you know. So you'll waste a lot of time on those 3 or 4 things when you really need to spend time expanding and exploring. But if you don't have a spouse who talks through things with you, sometimes you don't even know what you're feeling. But when they give you a chance to get it out and talk through it,
That's true.
sometimes you or your spouse can kind of put a finger on what's really going on. So
Yeah, I think it's important to be able to regulate your emotions, to be able to express your emotions without being harmful, without being abusive, verbally abusive in the process. Because if you're easily moved by your emotions, you're not only hurting your spouse, but you're really not doing yourself any good. So you gotta be very emotionally intelligent when you go into a marriage, because it can break your marriage if you don't know how to regulate your emotions. If you always blowing up, if you're moved by your feelings, how you feel is gonna dictate how you treat your spouse. Then you're on your way to divorce court. I believe.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Even if you don't go to divorce court, you could be separated
Separated.
in the same house.
Yeah.
But revamping the game plan so that we can live 2 individual lives, 2 separate lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's horrible too.
Yeah.
I wish someone would have told me that you gotta allow your spouse to express their emotions too, and not take it.
Oh, that's good.
So be in tune with it, but knowing that you gotta allow them and give them a place to express their emotions, even if you don't like what you see.
So good.
That is good.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing was if you share your displeasure about something or your lack of agreement on something, I think my big thing was, is that going to lead to you just not liking me no more?
Mm.
Because the experience was, it's like when you, so letting her get on that road where she gave me feedback, it was the same road I was on with people before marriage. And so when I see that you got something to say about this thought, this idea, this and that, I'm like, are you ever okay with just anything that I say that doesn't require? But it shut down me allowing feedback, and the fact that I'm in a relationship with another human being, just because they had poor experiences before. And what all I really was saying was, I don't want to repeat that poor. I don't want to go down. I don't want them same experiences. That's all I was saying. So I'm going to shut it down, so I don't have to risk. I don't have to risk the abandonment, the rejection.
Awesome. Well, y'all, as we wrap up, because I know time is pretty much out. Dorian, you kind of kicked us off with you wish somebody would have told you were going to be cold at night and wouldn't have cover. To end on a lighter note, what are some of the small things like that y'all wish somebody just would have told you, would have let you in on?
Hey, I wish somebody would have told me that she was always going to be cold. Yeah, oh my goodness. Hey, look.
I wish somebody would have told me that she could change her mind on whatever she expected for a period of time. Like, I want it this way for, 5 or 6 years, but now I'm gonna switch it up. I want something else, a different. I'm like, but I thought you done trained me that this is the way you want this.
Yeah.
So
It was a whole song about a woman's prerogative to change her mind, wasn't it? A line in somebody's song. Come on now, somebody did tell
It's
you
my
that.
prerogative.
Not
Bobby Brown.
Not Bobby Brown.
Not Bobby Brown. Oh.
Was it a blues song or something? Oh,
Probably so, because I know that they listen to it in Jackson. Remember?
Well, I wish someone would have told me that
Certainly late.
my husband think he's the king of the remote. The remote belongs to him.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What?
All right.
Wait.
It kind of sort of is. You didn't know that? You don't really know what channels to search for. He knows how to search the web.
Or on that, I wish somebody would have told me that he would be asleep until I touched the remote. Then all of a sudden, I'm watching that, and then that he would flip back and forth between 2 or 3 different channels. Like, we could not watch one thing at once. I wish somebody would have prepared me.
Well,
I think I read
Come
it
on,
now.
Jeff, tell it.
Well, I wish someone would have told me that we're gonna keep 1,000 socks in the bed. I don't know why you keep socks off.
I wish somebody would have told me
Just don't put them on, And the other,
that I married a beauty queen with the bed with sight unseen. I'm like, I'm like, my wife don't see. You can't get out of here.
yeah.
Come on, Jeff, you got another one. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Look, you liking this.
It's right. You can't lie.
I
I ain't even hungry no more.
It might have been on the same line. That I wish somebody would have told me, just because maybe if they come to bed beautiful and dressed up, maybe that doesn't mean that they're gonna be awake by the time you get in there.
I wish somebody would have told you that too.
I wish somebody would have told me
He loving this guy.
that every little sweet little touch right in the bed doesn't mean it's going to my head.
Oh my.
Like, it ain't nothing gonna come from this, baby. I just touched you. Hey, baby, so baby, what does that mean, my girl? Nothing.
Good night.
It just means I'm going to
wish
sleep.
somebody had told me that every time you walk past me in the house, that you were going to smack me on the bottom.
Early in the marriage, early. You broke me from that. You broke me. Oh, dog, the nonsense. That way, kind of like.
That's
Hey, look. I wish somebody would have told me that you was gonna walk through the house. Well, look at how you want to dress, and then I supposed to have no response.
Come on.
I'm like, give me a remote.
Okay, I wish somebody would have told me on that note that that's pretty much what I am, no matter what I do. If I just wake up in the morning, that's what's expected of me. That if I smile is, you over there smiling, so
Yeah.
apparently this is what you want. If I breathe,
No, hold on. We done dropped the hook and breathe.
No.
Wait a minute. Did they go to a school or
Breathing is gonna be a
something?
basic requirement of life. We don't want you to breathe.
Wait a minute. Y'all don't went to the same school?
Did you sigh hard?
Yeah.
Is that a sign? No. Like I called. Like that does not mean I was not calling you. Like that's not what that meant. Like that my whole being, that everything I do is a signal that, come on, I'm ready.
I
No matter
swear.
what it is.
I
I
swear.
wish somebody would have told me that.
That's, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
You bend over to put your shoes on. Oh. Like,
Yeah, but why did you do that right there like that?
really didn't. You just, everything. You standing there cooking. Ooh. You know, like no matter what it is.
Well, you should have cooked in the moo-moo.
Are you cooking your moo-moo? And it's, ooh, literally. Last week, I was literally cooking in the moo-moo. And he came in, girl, you looking so sexy.
No, that was a different moo-moo.
No, it was
That's when
She done
you know.
switched up on you.
That's when you know that that's really your husband. 'Cause-
Oh, goodness.
They can see right through it. Huh?
no,
Literally.
I'm saying he's still after all these years desirous of you,
Yeah.
and I don't know why that makes y'all mad sometimes.
It doesn't make you
No,
mad.
not mad.
It doesn't make you
Oh,
mad.
yeah, okay, good. It's recorded. Thank you.
But listen, okay, so,
Play it back.
but I wish somebody would have told me that just because I'm not mad doesn't mean I'm always saying now is the time, that I'm ready. Yes, that the two aren't,
I heard a song
aren't
just then.
necessarily equal.
You're like,
I wish
doesn't mean
someone would have told me just because I want to hug you,
Yes.
that means, oh yeah.
Yes. I think we can just end this by saying, I wish someone would have told me just because, period, blank, fill in the blank.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
doesn't mean
Yeah.
that it's time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today's episode has been great. Somehow we always kind of bounce back and end up on this because it is an important aspect of marriage.
Yes.
with PB&J.
PB&J.
Yes, but it has been great. We've enjoyed sharing things that we wish somebody would have told you. As you listen, just drop in the comments, y'all, what you wish someone would have told you about marriage and advice you would give another young couple. We have enjoyed today's episode.
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Marriage Matters with PB&J. Like, share, and subscribe to our pages on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Until next time, your marriage matters.